Hello and welcome back to the Batty Overwatch League Season 5, Week 2, Game 2. I am UTech, and with me is Cal. How's it going, buddy?
Hello, going well, going well.
And before we begin, we have a special announcement from the man himself, AJS0. AJS0, do you have, what do you want to say?
Yo, Dano22, Girly Girl 69, Spooky, and Spoopy Koopa. I see you guys out there with the Twitch Prime subs. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I pray that all of your shots are headshots and all of your emotes are Swain B1 clowns. We appreciate your donation to Team Swain. We don't know what we're doing with it yet, but we're doing something cool. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoy the sub. God bless you all. Amen.
User
Amen.
left your channel.
Yeah, just to sell out for just a quick second. Remember, you can steal your parents' credit card to buy Amazon Prime, and then subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and has a 10 out of 10 receiving rate of emotes. Definitely will work every time. But
All the time, it works every time.
anytime, all the time, whatever time you need it. But we do have a pause that someone's
We are in pause, which gives us a chance to talk about the two teams we have in Game 2. We have All Blabs, No Dab. No, wait, backwards, reverse it.
all
Dabs,
dab.
No Blab. And of course, versus Mad Cow Disease. What are we gonna be seeing out of these two teams here, Cal?
Alright, so all the dabs, no blabs actually went 0-3 last week to a huge surprise with the team with the two DPS stars from last season, Freefi and Senpai. On this first map, definitely gonna be looking at these two players to step it up. They definitely underperformed last week for doing so well, but they're gonna be against the team that went 2-1 surprisingly last week. Against, I believe it was what's 30's team name? The Bench Life.
The Bench Life of Zach and Cody, and of course, it was a good close set of games. You know, it was very, very exciting Overwatch to watch, and but I think we're definitely seeing this season. You know, the price put so heavily on these DPS players, it's really hard just to carry a team purely on DPS.
Yeah, there really aren't that many great tank players, and Evilite is in, so we should be starting soon. But you gotta watch the tanks on both teams. If Destructive Dude can shout call or yell call his way into the offense, and gotta watch those players. Spagooter and Pendry definitely have a lot to improve on from last week.
Definitely wish we had a microphone for Destructive Dude somewhere in his house, not directly near him, because he is a loud dude, and as much as we love him, he needs to tone it down from 13 to maybe about a 9.
9? I would almost say 7, man. I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
down there.
You gotta love the excitement he brings. No matter what happens, he gets to pop off one time in a game, and we just you gotta record that.
Yeah. And we're getting the readies up as the team all dabs will be on the defense here. So expect some Junkrat, expect some Widowmaker gameplay. I'm excited to see if TV and Senpai go at it. We saw a lot of Widowmaker last game, actually, from No Wonder and 30. So I'm curious if TV and Senpai will want to be looking for that matchup. And I honestly don't know who would get the better of it.
Well, we're starting to see something. TV Junkie kicking Hammond or Wrecking Ball.
This is the offense. You can't trust this.
Well, you never know. Could this be the very first official debut of Wrecking Ball, or did we see that last week?
We did see it last week from Josh Danko, and I think whoever they were playing against also played it, but it wasn't to the same effect as Josh's.
Simply following my
1 minute on the clock to help prepare for this team's defense of all dabs, no blab. A very solid lineup going with the Orisa Diva as their tank lineup. A very solid. You've been seeing this tank combo more and more, definitely in the pro scene. Seeing that the high ground is a lot harder to contest, so you have a recharging shield and a defense matrix to hold it.
Yeah, especially against stuff like Widowmaker, but we won't be seeing that, at least for the beginning parts of the defense, as Senpai will be on his trusty McCree, his probably most played hero last season, so I'm glad to see they're doing what they're comfortable on.
And the Cowboy is going to be trying to find his shots in the shooting gallery, as we're seeing an interesting Doomfist coming out of TV Junkie, seeing so much good plays and just doing so well on the Doomfist last week, seeing if he can get a similar result, and doing a very interesting thing, trying to get the high ground on as well. But their barrier is already destroyed. They're gonna have to wait for that to actually recharge before they can hope to push in this wide area, as the McCree has the high ground with that shooting gallery. Doomfist is going to be trying to get on the flank, trying to set up for a push, trying to heal up, and
very awkward.
An awkward push coming up, but they are able to get forward. Senpai getting a huge pick onto Kazuki Beans, making one less healer on there, allowing them to stay on the point, not getting a tick just yet as they start the brawl on the scene. Spagooter making sure that the point stays on the defensive side. Senpai getting many shot after shot. A freebie coming in with the spam damage, making sure that one after another of the bad cow disease cannot spread onto their point.
Yeah, kind of awkward and surprisingly that the red side even got anything. Their team comp just looked really meant for close range, but if they wanted to do that, they should have ran probably more of a Lucio than just Mercy Brigitte. As they got separated, Kazuki getting picked off pretty much spelled disaster.
But they don't have... Once that main healer just goes down, everyone else is just a free target, especially since your Pendry is going to pull himself up in a corner, as we saw him doing on the point. And they're going to be switching off to a more traditional comp with the Zarya Rhine, but a freebie already getting a 3-man tire, coming in, getting both supports and Evil Light on that Reaper, making sure that that is a dead push. See if they can pick up anyone else as they try to lick their wounds and try to regroup.
Yeah, and they have to back out quick and regroup. Spagooter does get demexed. This could be pretty bad for their upcoming defense. We'll have to see. Destructive Dude on 1 HP up top alone. Can he get out? Senpai is trying to chase him.
He's staggering himself. If he's able to get that out, good for him. But he's staggering himself. It's going to be very hard since he is very low HP. Trying to be speaking again, but TV Junkie also taking a mine to the face.
Look how separated this team is. Just the Brigette's just randomly out. I mean, Destructive Dude is still 1 HP. What is he doing?
He has not been able to regroup with his team because he refuses to just die and regroup. High Noon already coming out of Senpai, making sure getting Destructive Dude. Finally, after he has staggered himself for so long, but a resurrection is going to bring him back up as the team goes in. Nice pick on the Crystallized, keeping this defense as solid as it can be. They are giving this McCree a shooting gallery, especially with the pelting of the Orisa and that Junkrat spam.
TV just like sat still, and the Mighty Wolf got the easiest right click of his head, even getting the damage boost, killing the Hanzo and making this push last so long. They only have 1 minute, and Crystallize doesn't have his ulti yet. They are gonna pop Brigitte ulti.
Going in with that Brigade, try to get some sort of speed. But already a tire getting their main take lane. They're gonna try to get on the point as fast as they can. Try to sneak in a resurrection, but can't. Gets shot down by Senpai. Very, very deadly on his aim. But Spagooter Diva, yes, Spagooter trying to get what he can, but is able to do something. Mighty Wolf gonna see if he can keep someone alive. But
this fight's
defense,
over, man. This is really, really bad out of Mad Cow, I would say.
Yeah, and we're seeing already a very solid defense coming out of all Dab's. Desperation
has to go in alone, and this one's over.
Yeah, not even a tick to the Mad Cow disease, unable to spread their pestilence. Gonna see what they can do on their defense. Maybe they can match, but it's gonna be very hard seeing what strategies they're gonna be pumping out for their defense.
Yeah, we're gonna see how long did they spend wasting their time. Destructive Dude alone there. He finally, like, after what seems like forever, manages to get out, but then just dies anyway, forcing his own team to res him. Just how much time did they waste just trying to prep an attack? That's what really gave them a poor time. Their only chance was maybe when Spagooter was demeched, and they just took so long that he was able to remech from Mini Diva 0 to 100.
It's times like these you can see that sometimes there's just a lack of team leadership and knowing when to reset, or the hubris of one player wanting to stay alive when all you have to do is just bite the bullet, die, reset with your team, go again.
Yep, and honestly I would have preferred seeing a Lucio there just to maybe try to get them somewhat coordinated instead of, I mean, like, once I think Destructive Dude got launched up by a random Junkrat mine and shifts in just only to die, and, man. Yeah, you can't even blame the map on this one. That was just your poor coordination.
Right, and especially with the team comp that they were trying to go for, trying to get onto the point as fast as they could. Perhaps using something like the Lucio just to get to the point that much faster. They were playing into the strength of all Dabs, no Blab, with because all they want to do is keep them at bay so that they would just be able to poke them down. But I was gonna see if Mad Cow Disease can put up a similar fight. They're going to be running a Reinhardt as their main tank, Crystallize on the Hog, and TV Junkie going to see if he can do anything on his own with the McCree. But on the other side, with the Mad Cow, with the Mad Cow Disease on trying to get their defense, all Blabs, no Dab. Going to be going with the traditional attack on the Horizon Lunar Colony, going with the Diva Reinhardt.
They also have a Zarya. It's a triple tank set up here, as Bagooder's trying to get some long-range damage. Doesn't work out.
Senpai on that Widowmaker going to be dealing some long-range pressure, making sure that they have that Mad Cow Disease has to play to their line of sight. TV Junkie popping off, getting 1, 2, 3, 4K. Actually, it's just a 3K. It just happened the Diva mech in there. Senpai able to pick off TV Junkie, so he'll be able to. He might have a chance to get back onto it, but already coming back with the high noon, already getting that, not even a mid into the game.
But honestly, I would switch off right now just to get there faster, because the offense is going to be able to get there so much quicker. They're already almost on the attack. I would have swapped off to something like a Tracer.
Right, but he wants to still use that Deadeye to help salvage a team fight. But granted, they only have one tick to work with. Oh, and a big charge coming out of Destructive Dude. A little too hype. There are no brakes on this train. Senpai getting another quick on Evil, unable to too much free feed as well. Able to pick off Hulk, but getting revived. Still not seeing anyone. TV Junkie getting Bagooder trying to see what he can. Continue on shot after shot after shot, and it looks like a one defense for the Mad Cow Disease, making sure that all Labs no Dab is not going to get anything out of this.
Yeah, and 2 minutes remaining, it's getting closer and closer, especially with that stagger. Like, it's closer and closer to that tie that, not all Dabs, but Mad Cow Disease really are looking for it. But we're gonna have to see these ultis. Watch your Pendry with the hammer down. See if he can get anything. We're talking about big plays from tanks, and this guy's got to do it. And right now, it looks like he could go for it.
And a big fight coming in. Destructive to try to do what he can with a big charge, and you can still hear the scream from here. But he's going to be stopped preemptively as TV Junkie trying to get some shots up on top on the rafters. See if he can send something out, but it looks like the choke is going to be fought after. It's just one after the other. Crystal is getting a nice pick on the Mighty Bolt. One less healer going for the team of all Blabs no Dabs. And Huckleton taking out Creepy. Senpai also getting taken down with Scarlet, and another defense solidified by the Mad Cow Disease. And we might see a draw out of this if they're able to hold on to this.
Yeah, this is getting down to the maybe 1, maybe 2 fights if they can go quick, but they have 5, Mad Cow Disease has 5 ultis to the 3 of all Dabs. They've gotta go off now and look at Creepy.
And especially they do have the grab, but the only thing they really have to combo with it would be Rhine Swings and a preemptive high noon from TV Junkie. Unable to get too much out of it, but trying to see what he can. DM, they're taking the house and a high noon. And Senpai able to get 2 people. And Huckleton not able to stay up long enough, and it seems as though
Mercy
Mad Cow Disease is being routed. Destructive Dude getting getting taken out of the point and not going to be able to do too much desperately to get back to the point, but the fight goes over to all dabs, no blabs, and an interesting turn of events that was very scary to see.
Play of the game.
Yeah. And Freefy with the tire. Not at the end, but on the defense. As this is a 3-man, this was huge. And
yeah, coming in, and big tire coming in, making sure that that push is nowhere to be found.
See ya.
Look at that, 30% of the team's hero damage just pelting away with that spam. But we have to give it up to Mad Cow Disease for a great defense of their own, pushing it until the last seconds of the game. Not an easy feat, but just seeing where the cards lay.
Yeah, honestly, neither of these teams looked very cohesive on the offense, and we're going to have to look at the upcoming maps, which are very Ryan Zarya favored in Kings Row and Gibraltar. But Gibraltar maybe a little bit more dive.
Yes.
Possible.
So the classic de facto Ryan Zarya map in Kings Row. A lot of players' favorite maps. I know I definitely enjoy Kings Row, one of my favorites. How about you, Cal?
It's a classic. I'm pretty sure every time I play it, I have fun and just a good time all around for sure. Definitely, just for the fact that you can play so many different things and it's not a 2CP map makes it all the better.
Definitely Hybrid has a lot more charm than 2CP. We can all agree on that.
Tragic.
But definitely interesting to see, with some of the changes that have happened to heroes over the seasons. Some interesting strategies are coming up. Mei being a lot more predominant. Sombra can still be huge on the offense or the defense, depending on when you're able to get a EMP or a critical hack off. And even seeing some Bastion Symmetra strategies going on in Kings Row.
Yeah, there's a lot of random high ground places. I think in the Overwatch League specifically, they love running on that high ground, and generally the offense has to just go behind them to push them off. And it's curious to see what they'll pick. I haven't been watching too much of the recent Overwatch contenders since the new Symmetra was released, but I've heard legends of teleporter strats that are scary. I don't think we'll see it today, but
probably not. What we have seen in the pro scene has been the Diva Orisa and getting that high ground in the back for defense, proving to be a very valuable strategy indeed, unless, of course, you're the Gladiators and pull off some shenanigans where all of a sudden you're Brigetti and then your Widow.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best coordinated plays, and on it, the best what's it called? Confusion, I guess, or trick play that I've ever seen in Overwatch. Nonetheless, Overwatch League.
Yeah, who would have thought that strategy was
down
actually
forever.
a thing in this
The
game?
ashes of the crisis.
Impossible, honestly, but what is possible is maybe seeing TV's Doomfist coming out again.
Yeah, gonna see if he can get a little more value out of the Doomfist on this attack, as they're running a dive to it, and it's gonna be interesting as they have a Diva Rhine, but already getting some pressure with TV. Oh, switching actually back over to a Widow. Gonna see if they can get some long-range pressure as they continue on with this fight.
Yeah, looking for that Zenyatta who's hiding in the high ground. He does have to jump down. He's pelted, but TV does not land the shots.
Looking for a fight to start jumping into the backline, trying to disrupt as many people as already getting taken down. Able to focus on the monkey. No more banana business for you as the team fight continues on. But it looks as though the team fight is going in favor of the defensive team. Evil Light having his time in the sky as he's able to get shot after shot after shot. TV coming out on a shot with an off tank of that Zarya and Scooter, but looks like an even team fight coming out. But the advantage will be going to the attacking side, as they have spawn advantage, as the defending team is going to be struggling to try to get their 6 members back onto the point.
If they keep staggering, then it might not even matter.
Sucker Dude coming in with another big jump, trying to get Scarlet in the back line, but unable to. Oh, finally able to get something going on. One less healer in the game for the defending team, making sure that everyone else is just able to fall in like bricks and pushing them out, making sure that nothing can stop this takeover of the point, and we're going to be going into the street phase.
We're gonna see Freefy swap off to the off of the Junkrat to the Hanzo, maybe looking for a little bit longer range damage. As needs it for this Pharaoh Widow.
Yeah, that Widow being very potent in this long-range battle. They know that with that dive, they can take the fights when they want to, and especially when Destructive Dude on the Winston jumps in, that either your Pendry has one of two choices: drop the shield and try to swing away and allow the Widow to shoot, or keep it up just to allow his team to do all the damage.
He will be diving up to high ground, giving space for their Widow.
TV Junkie getting a great pick onto the Mighty Wolf.
Does get res, but that's res down. Now for your Pendry set too.
And it looks as though the attacking team of all
No, the Mad Cow.
Yeah, Mad Cow's doing really good.
They're doing good. TV's hitting the shots. They're not exactly difficult shots, but he's hitting them, so that's the important thing. Freefy gonna swap off to the Genji to try to counter this Widowmaker. Probably on her worst point, I'd say, in map 3, but
I do agree with you there. Very good switch onto the Genji, trying to make sure that the backline cannot do too much damage with the artillery strikes of those sniper shots. Oh, and your Pedrick trying to get what he can with a hammer down, able to get buckled through. One less healer, but Justice being rained from above by Evil Electric. Not too much, as well as another self-destruct coming out of Crystallize. They're just trying to use what they can to get as much distance as they can on this cart, continuing with their pressure forward as they continue on and on and on. Your Pendry, Scarlet, Spagooter all going down respectively, and doing a very good job as this cart is continuing to push as they are providing so much pressure on the front lines.
Yeah, now they're just getting staggered as Senpai tried to win that Widow duel, but did not have the angle.
Yeah, your Pendry are going to have to do a desperation move just to get on the cart, but he is alone in his one-man mission to try to do what he can to stall, and goes down for it as Dookie continues to keep up with the team.
And the Dabs have 3 ultis. What are they doing? Get out there!
Yeah, the Mighty Wolf coming in with a late Transcendence to try to stall, but trying to save it for a team fight. But because there is no big wombo combo coming out of Mad Cow Disease, it's going to have to be used for stall tactics.
And that was really poor staggering out of the blue side. The defense as they just slowly and surely got picked, and red team didn't even have to worry about it that much. Oof, that's a really good time to set. Almost 4 minutes there for Mad Cow Disease. Mad Cow, right?
Yes,
Am I going crazy?
Cow.
Yes, Mad
Yep.
Cow.
Yep.
We're gonna get these names.
We're gonna get these names. We're gonna get them soon, and we're gonna patent pen them, and we're gonna get T-shirts. What do you say?
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
I'm hearing it into my earpiece that yes, it is possible to do T-shirts, and if you subscribe now, you might be in the drawing for a T-shirt. So if you can, subscribe to the channel, and you might get a T-shirt.
Oh man, that'd be actually pretty great. I might have to subscribe myself if we can get T-shirts, man. Be great.
The merch is coming. The merch. But anyway, a solid attack on the Mad Cow Disease with 3 minutes and 55 seconds, nearly 4 minutes, that they have to work with if it does go into overtime. And I'm going to see if they can do a similar job with their defense as they did on attack, but going with a Zarya Rein on this defense, going into a almost El Clasico dive from the Moth era.
Yeah, they're bringing out the Lucio just to be able to speed in there and stay with the team as they need to jump and coordinate who they're going on.
Spagooter going in, but your Pentra being a little timid to jump in. To start coming, already getting a pin, but unable to do too much as your Pentra just jumps out and trying to deny as much space as it can to the back line. But TV Junkie just popping up on this Hanzo, getting shot after shot after shot, and Mad Cow Disease being a lot more potent than you think they are, and continuing on with this defense.
Yeah, we asked TV before in the interview if he can play other things other than the Widowmaker and Doomfist he's shown, and add the Hanzo to the list, I guess. It's not, honestly, Hanzo is not the craziest of hit scan quote unquote heroes, but definitely a really good hero to have in your lineup.
Exactly. Senpai going to be switching over to the Widow, trying to provide a little bit more pressure. Freefy going to try to build out that blade to see if they can try to win the ult fight, be one of their win conditions. As they continue on to try to pelt us, see what they can do. Spagooter going in first, your penetrating, going in, jumping into the back line, see if he can get anyone with his Tesla cannon. Unable to do so as they are all focusing down that monkey, just able to get so many hammer swings on a Senpai, making sure that they are not gone and lost in this fight. They're trying to punch back with the arrows made out of giant logs, and
He's cut out though. They do lose 2 members. The offense will have the stagger.
yeah, they will have that stagger and have the advantage as they continue on. He's getting caught out of position. One less healer, but they have Huckleton. They have 2 main healers, making sure that people stay up. But it looks like a lost cause as they start to do. Get him a huge step! 4 people bleeding away. 2 kills already done, but takes his life for it, unable to do so. See if they can try to maybe regroup, maybe take it back, but it doesn't look like it, and they're gonna try to get what they can on the street spades.
Yeah, honestly, I would say a little bit lucky for the Dabs, as I don't think the Winston and Diva are coordinated well at all. It's pretty much on Freefy and your Pendry diving together.
Right. But they're still finding some success with this deck. Coming in with a blade, getting 1 swing, 2 swings, 3 swings. Able to get Huckleton so far, but unable to get as much as he wants to, and also a resurrection coming out of Huckleton. But Senpai able to get a great pick onto TV Junkie, one of the bigger DPS threats out of the Mad Cow Disease, as a continual push comes out of all dabs, no blabs.
We're gonna have to watch Huckleton a little bit split off right now, so it's gonna be very awkward for Mad Cow Disease as they try to engage again.
And a big grab coming in, and Evil Light trying to do what he can with sort of behind, nowhere to be found where the grab is, or else is just getting eaten all up by Spagooter on that Diva.
Yeah, the tanks will both be alive, and here comes the Hanzo ulti, forcing the team to back up, and he still dies.
What? Did he still got people? They weren't able to get out of the way? TV Junkie? Is he hacking?
He must be, dude. Those Hanzo dragons are twisting around. It's almost impossible to dodge, man. Impossible.
Too true. It's just, especially with the long corridor. Please nerf Jeff.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they made Hanzo ult-like directionable, so you could home it around?
No, we're not gonna have that. Spagooter coming in, trying to do what he can with a self-destruct just to try to zone people. But too much. Senpai getting a big pick onto Crystallize, one less person doing your Pendrite, following it up onto TV Junkie, making sure that they have the advantage. A 6-4 advantage coming out of the all dabs, no blabs as the continual team fight goes on. And Mad Cow Disease is going to have to back up if they want to try to recontest again. But Huckleton going mad mode, trying to save that cart, but going to pay for it with his life.
Yeah, they're gonna have to see if they can regroup for one last push as they continue to get staggered. It's gonna be very hard. Have to be 5v6, but with how long the spawns are, I don't think they'll be able to make it, and you just have to look to defend third point. Oh, but the Winston does jump in.
And start to keep going man mode, trying to do what he can to keep people up the Valkyrie being possible. Senpai with a 2K on both supports. That is no healing coming out of that Cow Disease, as they are going to have to wait and try to regroup, as the cart is going to be pushed around at least 1, if not 2 corners. giving the advantage over to all dabs, no blabs, but a pause is being called. Looks like we have a disconnect on the blabs team, on the no blabs team. Who did they lose? They lost Senpai. Senpai thinking he's a little bit better than everybody else and doesn't need to play Overwatch.
Yeah, they made him just 5v6, but in reality this is going to be pretty huge because he's on the offense and he is going to take a lot longer to regroup with his team as they can't afford to waste any time. They're already a minute down in terms of the clock to how quickly the red side finished. So,
definitely the advantage still going on the side of Mad Cow Disease if this gets into overtime. Gonna see if they can at least stall for as much as they can. Destructive might want to try to switch over onto maybe Reinhardt as this does give them spawn advantage, and Reinhardt does do a little bit better with close quarters combat when the fight comes to him. So we're gonna see who's going to be getting the advantage in the upcoming fight, and who's gonna win this game of tug of war.
yeah. We'll have to see if they can regroup all together quickly. Maybe even back up a little bit, honestly, to get Senpai back in. But we'll see.
While we're still waiting on the pause, we should just say that we are sponsored by water. It's free, unless you pay for it.
Thank you, Water.
Thank you, water. I'm drinking some right now,
Bit jealous.
as you should be. But Destructive Dude looking in to get a jump, and also gonna have a nice bubble, getting a little padding as he keeps on visualizing. But High Noon coming in from behind.
Oh,
Getting a 2K big, coming in with the self-destruct as well. But it looks like a fight being reset on the defensive side, being able to route the attack, and gonna give them a few extra seconds, and hopefully maybe they can eke out a victory on this.
Feel like a
Yeah,
man
there's
possessed.
still 2 minutes. It's still very possible for the offense here. But
Get this moving.
Looking
gonna
at
be
the
hard.
looking at the ult economy coming out of these two teams, definitely 3 ults online for all that. As another fight comes out as we see that, but a big combo coming out with Evil Light following up with the rocket barrage. Not even the Mighty Wolf can save them with the beat that has been dropped. And another amazing defense coming out of the Mad Cow Disease. What a combo!
Yep, they comboed. They put into that fight 3 ultis, it looked like. So they'll still have the Mercy ult and Winston ult coming up soon. But we're going to have to see the offense. They have to be aggressive here. They've got to know that the defense doesn't have anything.
Only a minute left. Freefee's going to have a lot of weight on his shoulders if they want to try to go for a grab now. The High Noon. Look, you see if we get a TV Junkie already going down from the High Noon. One less DPS player. Destructive Dude going to pop the Mad Monkey, see what he can do to just try to stall the point out. Maybe get a kill on there as he swings his arms around and around. TV Junkie coming out with another High Noon just to fall out. 40 seconds coming in as the Mad Cow Disease still not showing much fatigue out of these fights.
These McCrees are playing so far forward. It's really surprising that they've been able to do that. When the fight first ran out like 2 fights ago, Senpai just walked straight into 3 people, got a flashbang off and killed TV, but that was right before the massive combo.
And we're seeing so many reses come out of these games. I don't know if either the Mercy players are good or the entire teams are just bad at killing resing Mercies.
Yes. That's a yes.
It looks like we're coming into one of the final fights of the match. Someone's going to have to touch that point, otherwise that's going to be a historic C9!
Oh, no.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you not touch the point? All you had to do was touch the point. You were right there!
Really, really tragic as they had the first pick too. That Winston died, but we will see the play of the game. Gonna be Evilite on the Pharah.
Coming in, not even the big combo that they had before, but still able to get what he wanted, being sneaky, but able to maybe get 1, 2, 3 rockets, and it wasn't. How did that?
It wasn't the combo.
It wasn't the 6K combo. What?
Thank you, Jeff. I'm gonna salute, and you know, I'm lucky.
I don't know.
Look how many kills Crystallize had. Did you see that? He had like a 63%. He had like 43 kills that match. He went off.
Yeah, not so just so you know, Farah is the star of this league, and because no one can shoot Farah down.
Yep. What's hit scan? The
Oh, we
You
don't
know.
need no hit scan.
Impossible. Even though, Senpai, one of the better Widowmakers. It was interesting seeing the fight between Senpai and TV playing a lot of the same heroes between the Widowmaker and the McCree.
But I think we should definitely bring up that huge C9, and by I mean huge C9, I mean probably the baddest play of the entire season. I'm calling it right now. If this is not the worst play of the entire season, I don't know what to believe in anymore, because all they had to do was press W, walk 1 foot, and they would have gotten it into overtime.
Yeah, it's real tragic for the offense there, but they're gonna have to shake that off as they're going into map 2 or map 3 even. I can count. The last map will be Gibraltar, famous for being a Widowmaker map.
And as we're seeing it, so one for one is the score for both of our teams. Gonna try to eke out that final victory onto Gibraltar. Gonna be seeing a lot of long-range heroes. Maybe we'll finally see a Symmetra. Maybe we'll see a Bastion. Maybe we'll see a pirate ship.
I know you dream of it, but
I want to see it because I don't think people know how to actually deal with it.
Possible.
Even though I know people know how to deal with it,
they don't.
If they run the Symmetra, it's it's the pirate ship. Try to go onto the Bastion. Oh hey, what's this teleporter doing here? And why can I go between one place and another?
Yeah, Bastion. The way the Bastion Symmetra combo is actually pretty silly, because you sit on top of the Bastion as the Symmetra, and then you teleport him onto some high ground spot, and he can sit in turret, so he doesn't have to stop transforming, and he can just keep going between the teleporter spots. It's really silly. It's gonna be hard to see something coordinated, but it's silly.
Cal, can I tell you a secret?
Give me the secret.
I'm still very upset over that C9.
You're still upset.
I'm still very upset over that C9. It was just an inch away. It was
close.
It was close.
The tanks were breathing on it, and
5.
Hart said no.
Anyway, well, we can't think about that anymore because we have a game to go into.
Attackers incoming.
You said that this was 1-1, I believe. Mad Cow are actually. It is 1-1?
Yes, it is 1-1.
Okay.
And we are actually seeing a Bastion coming out of this
fast
on the Mad Cow side.
But you get half of your wish.
But we don't get the Symmetra, but we are going to see the pirate ship coming out with a double barrier, seeing what they can do to keep TV alive. Oh, and a big hook, making sure that they come down into the Bastion, but the sad part about that is that they all came down on top of the Bastion, not allowing him to do what he wants and do damage at a distance, and they're going to have to try to reset this fight
immediately.
And I don't think they want to stay on that Bastion, as it's one and done.
Yeah, we do get to see this Widowmaker battle that I was talking a little bit about, and it's very interesting. This character, she's just so oppressive and really forces you to play around her, as the offensive team is just going to try to dive.
On to see what space can be created. Senpai not able to get too many shots off as he's getting crowded out, and a big pick onto Scarlet, making sure that is one less of the game. Already a tire coming out of Freefeed, seeing if he can get something. Gonna be looking on. Maybe he's gonna try to go into the very, very back line, but continuing on as a resurrection of Destructive Dude, the monkey coming back into the game. As he's on this, Gooter and Freefeed are alone. Get picked off. Unable to get too much value, as the entire team is struck of All Blabs and Daz trying to get back on their defense as the cart continues to push.
And Destructive Dude trying to create some space, but Senpai does win that Widow duel. You have to watch him, see if he can get other shots off. He's getting jumped on though.
Jumped on he is, but going to be able to stay alive just for a little bit longer, as that Destructive as that self-destruct able to keep people off the cart.
Shut
As
them
a
off.
continual fight going on, Senpai is getting shot after shot after shot. Freebie, the DPS lineup able to do much. Evilite getting a great pulse bomb on the Senpai. One less person they have to worry about. Huckleberry, the only person on the cart, is going to have to try to regroup with his team as he is 2v1. TV Junkie also going to have to try to move back as the all dabs, no blabs. I'll get it by the end of the night. Is able to push their dominance of this defense.
Yeah, this tongue twister of a team managing to keep their both of their support ults, which is really huge as the offense does not contain either of them.
Heal me.
I like what your Pentrai is doing. He's coming up to the high ground to try to give your his Widow a little bit of an advantage with that shield, but he might, if he walks off, then
60
I
seconds remaining.
No one
deny
can
that I said
hide
it.
from my sight.
And Widow Sight's coming out of TV Junkie, but Destructive Dude getting picked off for his hubris of trying to get a little bit too far. Crystallized doing a similar thing. They aren't together as they tried to dive in separately, but still able to get a little bit of value on the top line, making sure Freefree is out of the picture. But the front line of all dabs, no blab, is still able to hold on as Destructive Dude able to get what their objective on the top and gonna try to clean up what they can in the rest of the fight.
Yeah, this should be all but over as it's just the Diva alive. And they should be able to get this point unless they can stagger enough, but no, that will be first point.
And two people getting the long spawn, so maybe if they can push up, try to maybe punish Scarlet over there.
This is not
Interesting, they do resurrect Stevie here. Oh, Scarlet gets booped into it as Crystallized gets a 3-man bomb.
And a great tactic to give them a little bit more space as they are getting some free real estate with this card.
Yep, they do use both their tank ults, but if they can get all the way to the second point without any issues, then it might not matter as they still are getting picks. Destructive Dude's going off. He's probably yelling right now.
Yeah, the only downside though to that is that they only have 3 people in this forward assault. They elected to go 3 people back and the cart. They should probably just left 1 person. But a pulse bomb trying to take down this Orisa, and Arctic can take down, unable to use the bongo, but Freefree answering back with a 2-man tire, making sure that they are able to hold on to this defense in a similar situation to what they had before, with the cart being so close to the checkpoint.
And you'd have to mention Spagooter will be DMX. He's gonna have to try to get that back ASAP, as this fight's gonna be coming real soon.
Probably had the time just to die quickly and then get back into the fight, but opportunity missed. Gonna have to try to see if they can get any sort of damage, but Destructive Dude giving them the jump, but Freefree already on top of it. He's going down from the mine as ults are being used to try to keep up the front line. Only 1 person able to heal right now on a health platoon, but to Mighty Wolf and Pentrai already getting kills on the side of all dabs, no blab, and it looks like another defense coming out. They should definitely try to
they
go again.
Oh, again, honestly, they should have just left Crystallize alive. They could have stalled him for a good amount of time, but you know, they're lost as they do have the ult advantage coming into this next fight. It's going to be hard for the offense to pull out when they only really have 1 more fight. And Evilite's dead!
Yeah, and a big stagger already coming out. So you think they can get something out of this next fight? Perhaps, but they're going to have to try to... It's going to be really difficult, especially with all this spam damage coming out of those all of those doorways. Very, very strong-sided for the defense.
Look at how many ults they have. They have everything. Destructive Dude has to pop Primal Rage immediately as they try to dive the high ground.
Yeah, just trying to get to the cart as fast as they can, but a self-destruct coming out, unable to connect with anyone as Crystallized actually takes out the neck of Spagooter. But they're able to actually find something. The Freefree coming. Oh, not even able to get the tire coming out, dying for their Pentrai, trying to use the bongo, seeing if they can get as much damage as they can, but getting swarmed by the mad cow disease, unable to do anything as the pestilence comes after them.
This is so sad. They had 6 ultis. How did they not? They just were so far away from each other. Destructive Dude made a lot of room, killing both the Mercy and the Junkrat in that scenario, and ooh, that's gotta be painful. You can't lose fights like that, and that might cost them big in on their offense, as they won't get such an easy push.
Crystallize using another self-destruct to try to create a little bit more space, but they don't really need to utilize too many ults at the moment, so they have free reign of the cart at the moment. But they are doing a fantastic job of making sure that the defending side of all dabs, no blabs is staggered continuously.
Yep, the offense may be pushing forward a little bit too far as TV gets caught out. They have to back up. They do only have 40 seconds.
But even with that 40 seconds, having a great position of defense at this last point, giving them the spawn advantage and a great positioning of the high ground. Gonna have to try to contest Senpai on that high ground from the Widow. But on top of that high ground is Creepy, and he's going in. They're setting out a trap. Creepy gonna try to kill them with the shotgun, and a death blossom coming in, getting 2K, making sure that there's one less team fight. They're gonna have to try to regroup really fast if they want to try to contest this point again.
Oh, but they won't be able to, as people are just dying now, and the respawn timers are 10 seconds long.
Yeah, Evil Light switching over to the Soldier, not going to be able to get to the cart fast enough. And a solid push on the side of Mad Cow Disease, as we're going to be going over onto their defense, as all dabs, no blab is going to have their turn for their attack.
Honestly, I'd still be happy if getting it past that second point. They didn't really have any way in my eyes to push that, but just some clutch plays, specifically out of Destructive Dude, to get on those people who weren't in range for like Lucy ulti or the Mercy ulti. So getting it past second point, pretty important. We'll have to see if they can capitalize on defense, as these games aren't like first map was pretty defense heavy. It was very hard for either teams to really coordinate, but right now it's looking a little bit better, I would say, for the offensive teams.
Definitely going to be seeing how Mad Cow Disease fares on this first defense, because as we know, all dabs no blab was able to get a very good defense on the very first point, and that sort of put Mad Cow Disease in panic mode as they tried to continue on their pushes, just trying to rush to the point as fast as they can, but still able to get past the second point halfway through to the final checkpoint. But it's definitely a lot of emphasis is on that first point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see their defense is gonna be running this Reinhardt Zarya, maybe a little bit less common. They're gonna have to try to hold this high ground as long as they can, but it's a bit more awkward. The Widow Junkrat, kind of standard for this team at this point. It is interesting seeing Evil swapping over to these projectile heroes between the Pharah and the Junkrat. I think he's been doing pretty well, and for his price tag, I think this team's happy about it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. You're seeing a little bit of a Widowmaker duel. A Freefy coming on the Nucleus, able to do much. Coming in very hard. Unable to get the counter charge back into the team. Making sure that they continue on with this fight. Senpai getting a big shot on TV Jump into the sniper duel, and able to get another shot off the Huckleton.
This is huge!
Huge! Senpai popping off with
He's gonna get
so many
distracted
kills!
too! Oh, he had to reload, but that was still huge. He just kills Evilite just for fun. Freefy's showing that TV is not the only Doomfist player, he's wanting to play it, and TV's actually gonna swap off the Widowmaker onto the Genji. And another hero to add to his repertoire.
Exactly, seeing if he can do something to test that Widowmaker, since he knows he can't if he can't outshoot it, he can definitely outspace it. So gonna be seeing TV being able to get the kill in the back line. No more shots of that Widowmaker being so problematic for the Mad Cow Disease. To continue on, but Freefy front line with that Doomfist, unable to do too much himself. This Destructive Dude able to keep swinging away, and I'm sure he is a happy camper, as he is probably about this monkey right now.
I mean, Winston, all of his teammates were dead. He might survive just on 1 HP to regroup quickly, but definitely was giving the enemy team a lot of ult charge. And I'm surprised to see Senpai stay on the Widowmaker after TV killed him so instantly. We'll have to see if he can survive.
You have to remember that Senpai had 5 headshots in a row, if not 6. So there was a resurrection. Able to get a lot of value out of it. You might as well stay on it.
Yep, and as TV's dead right now, he's gonna have to be walking back.
Oh, and a huge shatter coming out, and Creepy already getting taken out by the pin as the entire coming out of Evil Light trying to get one thing. Self-destruct coming in the backline, but unable to connect with anyone as ults have been used by the entirety of the Mad Cow Disease. Creepy and Senpai have their ults respectively with the Meteor Strike and the wall hacks. But Mad Cow Disease is going to be able to hold on to this point for a little bit longer.
Oh, and Kazuki does end up sniping Senpai, who was on 1 HP there. A little bit awkward, as the DPS ults are almost the only thing to do to left. We're gonna have to watch Crystallize on the.
Oh, and we're seeing Senpai.
Kenny go huge and Kenny combo with. Uh-oh. Sorry,
they're electing to switch off of their ults that they had built up, going to McCree and Reaper.
This will protect us.
Well, continuing on the fight, TV Junkie in the front line, seeing what he can do just to keep the tanks in the front, keep them in their face. And a big grab coming in with the blade, trying to see what he can get. TV Junkie slicing and dicing. 4K coming out, making sure that this is their fight. Creepy able to get a consolation prize of 1 kill on the Evil Light, was going to get resurrected. Another fight coming out. Before, with the 30 seconds left, maybe they can push up a little bit, but a huge defense coming out of the Mad Cow Disease.
Yeah, what a great combo. Crystallize, seeing that they're all trying to get that high ground, and good placement, good job out of TV, and pull around.
No one was expecting the Graviton to be placed up there on the high ground. But they're going to be able to get one more attack. Creepy elected to switch over onto the Pharah, and Evil Light can see someone, but a hammer down coming out. Creepy able to get Kazuki beat.
Oh,
Evil Light getting a 2K in the backline. Senpai and the Mighty Wolf being taken out, seeing if the front lines are going to be able to clean up. But Scarlet with the Valkyrie going to keep everyone nice and healthy and damage boosted. But there still is the main lineup. Destructive Dude staying up, but there aren't any healers. It's going to be just a matter of time before the front line stays up. Kazuki Bean is going to see if she can get a great res to keep this fight alive as they go into overtime. Spawn times are getting longer and longer. But Destructive Dude, the only man on the cart, Huckletune with a great ult, keeping armor on the point for Destructive Dude. And a hammer down, see if we can get something, but no, nothing coming down. Ult for ult, but Evil Light coming in with the McCree himself, seeing that he is not the only cowboy that can shoot. And continuing on, Huckletune getting another blade, and that should be the game, with only your Pendry trying to fight for his life. Unable to grab onto the cart, and GG coming out, Mad Cow Disease winning the series 2-1.
What a great full hold out of them.
I'm interested to see what the play of the game is.
It's gonna be that sorry to grab.
Oh, you're right. I shouldn't even be questioning. It is TV coming in, knowing that he needs to follow up on his grab with a big blade, going hoo-yah, 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 with a few swipes, and can still slice a tomato afterwards.
Good job on them. Great coordinated. I think much more coordinated on the defense, and all in all, well played.
Some great plays coming out of both sides, and of course, Mad Cow Disease finding their advantage and their stride towards the end with some great combos, and definitely a win coming out of all dabs, no blabs. So they do get something out of it. But and Mad Cow Disease ever happy that they are now 4-2, not last, and maybe not first, but still a strong performance on them.
Yep. We'll have to see the very last match of the night, as it will be the Casting Couch versus 3 Dans 1 Cup, and I'm excited because I'm playing.
Yeah, same here. That's us.
That's great.
All right, with that, we're going to be switching over streamers, so don't drop that dial. Stay on, refresh, grab some water. It's free unless you pay for it. Peace.